As they returned to the main floor of the library, Brooke gasped. What in the world? Half of the bookshelves lay tumbled over, and piles of books covered the library floor. Did we do this? She asked, horrified. Of course not. Jackson's heart started to race. But I have a feeling no one will believe us. We need to put all of these books back. She looked at him as if he'd gone mad. Even if we spend all night, that still won't be enough time to put the books back, let alone in the right order. He gave her a knowing look. Maybe not by hand. Oh, no. She lifted a finger at him as she backed away. I am not using my powers. Why not? Because... She paused as if trying to think of a reason. I can't. Okay, no, that's nonsense. Jackson, quit it, okay? It's not going to happen. Not tonight, not ever. He was about to ask why when he caught something from the corner of his eye. He turned to find one of the books levitating in the air. Look, he whispered. You're doing it. What? She turned around and gasped at the sight of the floating book. They watched it dance in the air for a moment. Jackson had always known of Brooke's abilities, but he'd never actually seen it up close. It was fascinating. Jackson? Brooke's voice was barely above a whisper. Yeah? He whispered back. Make it stop. What? He turned to her. She was pale and barely breathing. Brooke! Make it stop! Before he could respond, more books rose into the air and started swirling in front of them. Brooke stepped back in a panic. Jackson, make it stop! The front door of the library swung open, and Brooke gasped. The books that had been floating in the air must have mirrored her mind because they began to spin into a whirlwind. Who's there? A voice called out. Jackson grabbed Brooke and pulled her to hide behind one of the shelves that hadn't tumbled over. It's the security guard, he said. Who's there? A shadowy figure turned on a flashlight, illuminating the flying books. Stop that right now! Brooke, you gotta drop those books, Jackson said urgently. I don't know how. He pushed her head down as a beam of light shined above their heads. We'll need to find another way out. There is no other way out. Actually, there is. He grabbed her by the hand and sucked in a breath. Get ready to run. What? He pulled her with him toward the stairs. Wait, stop! The guard called out, running after them. Jackson closed the door behind him. Lock it, hurry! Brooke waved her hand over the knob and it clicked. The guard banged on the door, demanding that they unlock it. Jackson led the way up the stairs to the roof. Brooke waved her hand over yet another knob and locked it behind them. Jackson walked toward the ledge and peered down. What do you think you're doing? When he looked at her, she burst out laughing. You must be delusional if you think I'm going to jump. Of course we're not jumping down. We're going to jump across. Brooke's eyes turned to slits. He couldn't quite tell what she was thinking, but whatever it was, one thing was certain. She wanted to kill him. It'll be fine, he assured her. I can totally make this jump. What about me? He pointed his thumb over his shoulder. Hop on. Absolutely not. She stepped back and crossed her arms. Not even if hell froze over. Well, I got news for you, Toots. He gave her a hard look. Sometimes in life, we just gotta improvise. A loud bang came from the door, startling them both. Unlock this door, now! The guard demanded. All right, fine. Brooke jumped onto Jackson's back and clung to his neck. He grabbed her legs and wrapped them around his waist. Ready? She buried her face in the back of his neck. Just go! He sucked in a breath, then ran toward the ledge. His feet left the roof, and Brooke let out a high-pitched scream that just about made his head spin. As soon as he landed on the next building, she jumped off him and fell to the ground. He offered her a hand. Since when did you become such a skittish kitten? Since when did you start getting a twisted pleasure in torturing me? She grumbled, taking his hand. You just make it so easy.